What's up, YouTube? Your boy JD making a video here of my newest addition to my FPV fleet again. Yeah, I got something else, man, but with real good reason this time. This is actually it's a replacement model for the Mini Skyhunter. I'm sure you guys been wondering why I haven't posted any videos of the Mini Skyhunter. The Mini Skyhunter, I mean, it's a good plane, hands down. Had a lot of good luck with it, you know. But like on the fifth or sixth flight, I started having issues with the motor. The bearings in the stock motor, you know, started going out, and the reason behind it was every time when you landed, the prop always seemed to hit the ground. You know, yeah, sure, you could have put, you know, a foldable prop on it, but with the foldable prop, the plane, of course, is not as efficient, you know, as far as like, you know, the flight times and stuff like that. So anyway, I ended up changing out the motor to a Sunny Sky motor, and I actually mounted the motor up a little bit higher on the motor mount, you know, and still same thing. The prop kept on hitting the ground and ended up started having issues with the motor mount itself. It started coming loose. So it got to the point to where every flight I was having to, you know, reinforce the motor mount with hot glue and everything else, and ended up getting all the bugs worked out of it, had it flying, and took it out one day, and I failed to make sure my remote was in the right settings, and I had it in the wrong profile. Tossed it up in the air, it comes straight down, and it was like, okay, I'm done. I just killed it, you know. So anyway, this is the new model I got. Bam. It is the Volantexrc Ranger. And this is not the big Ranger. This is the mini version, the 1380 wingspan. Looks pretty cool. First impressions, it seems like it's going to be a really good model. It comes with the stock 1400 kV motor, and it comes with a Volantexrc brand 30 amp ESC, which is that's pretty much the same setup that comes in the FPV Raptor, which is a extremely, you know, far as comparing to size wise go, it's a much bigger plane. It's like a 1.6 meter wingspan, and the weight on it was extremely more heavier than this model is. So I'm pretty sure this model is going to haul butt at some real low amps, most definitely. And it's got landing wheels on it. There was another plus side to it. I was like, man, I want to get something to keep tearing up the bottom of my planes. But anyway, my setup on it, of course, I'm running Dragon Link. I swear by Dragon Link, you know, not just for long range, but for reliability, you know, always. But next to that, I'm using the FY41AP Lite for a flight controller. So yeah, that's the OSD for it right there. The airspeed sensor, I was going to mount it up here up front because it's got some pretty cool slots on both sides of it. And I think that's pointless. I don't know why they even did that. Nobody mounts a camera down there for real. But anyway, I ended up mounting the airspeed sensor here on the wing. I mean, I had it pretty much the same way on the PV Raptor. It reads pretty accurate, no issues. And for the video transmitter, I'm using my favorite. This is a TS800 1500 milliwatt video transmitter, 5.8. So far I've been out to 5.6 kilometers with it, no issues at all. I mean, it got a little snowy there at the end, but you know, it goes down, it comes back in. I was kind of low. I wasn't, you know, as high as I should have been, but it's pretty proven. I like it. And I got the Dragon Link antenna down here on the opposite side. But yeah, let me pop the hatch off, show you what's inside, show you how I got everything positioned, and show you how I have my camera set up on it. We're in the Mobius, with plans of putting the Yao Me on the front of it too, while making another Legend. But I had to customly cut this out and make it fit. And I thought it was kind of odd that they didn't put some kind of type of, you know, a flat tray on this model somewhere to where you could easily, you know, could mount that. But anyway, we pop the top off, show you guys what's inside and how I got this tip set up. Okay, here's a view of it from the inside. This thing has a huge fuselage here. I mean, I know my head, it probably won't do you guys any justice because you don't know how big I am, but I'm a pretty good sized guy. But I mean, do you see how much space? And I can keep going, you know. It's got tons of place for, you know, batteries, any kind of components you can imagine that you can put off inside this thing. And it's got a cool little tray here. If you can see this, let me see if I can zoom in on it. Here up top, that's where I have my flight controller mounted. You can only access that when you got the wings off of it. Unfortunately, I got the wings on already. And I didn't take a picture of what it looked like. But it's a nice size tray here up top that is it's glued in, that you can put your receiver, flight controller. Actually, this power manager down there could have fit up there too. But I don't plan on running, like, you know, 2 batteries or anything like that on this setup. You know, I'm gonna keep it simple. Probably just run the, you know, 3300 milliamp battery, or I don't know. I might go bigger, you know, down the road or something like that. But to start off with, I'm gonna run a 4S 3300 milliamp battery to start with. You know, on the X5, I was getting like almost like 35 to 40 minutes on that battery. So I know on this model here, I should at least get the same flight time, if not longer, because it has a better, you know, gliding ability, which is pretty cool. But with the pan, I mean, I could have put the pan and the tilt on this, but I only put the tilt. But with the pan, though, I just been having bad luck with the pan on it. With the type of setup that I use. Like in the past, I always end up getting vibration from the pan because the way the servo has to mount upside down. And everything is basically on the little, you know, servo holder thing. It's not worth it, I don't think. You know, I have a rudder. I can turn from left to right and make myself pan and just use the tip. But what I did on this, though, I ended up cutting out the canopy, of course, and I added a piece of wood to this, and I just, you know, hot glued it in place real nice and tight. I mean, you want to make sure, if you're going to do this, make sure you cut it out just right, because you don't want to, you know, have this to be wider or nothing like that. You know, when you stick it off in there, you want it to be the same size. If not, it won't lock back in place like it's supposed to. Trust me, I tried it. It took a couple times to get this right. But it's glued in there, and it is rock solid. And the reason why I did this, of course, I mean, I didn't want to mount the camera on top. I mean, I know I could have did that, or mount it below, like they suggest, you know, or have a gimbal hanging down it or whatever. But, you know, I like to have it on top so it give me a better first-person view, because I don't use a FPV camera. You know, I use the Movius Live View to fly with. And having it on the nose, it takes the rest of the plane out of the view. So that's why I did that, and I have the ability, you know, to be able to look down. That's one thing you know, I'm kind of anal about. I like to be able to look up and look down. You know, just flying, looking straight the whole entire time it gets boring after a while. But anyway, let me plug it in real quick, and I'll show you the motions on this tilt. All right, let me show you guys how this works here. Bam, that's it. I mean, it's getting a little bit of the nose in view, but I mean, I can level it back out, though, to where, you know, you won't even see the nose of it and still be able to get a good down shot. But that's pretty much it, though. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty simple to make. This is just a cheap pan and tilt gimbal. You can get it from Get FPV, Banggood got them. They're like 10, 15 bucks, you know. We get them off of eBay as well. But I just took out the pan and only used the tilt. And hot glued it to this little cheap hobby wood. I mean, you know, you get it out of any local hobby shop or Lowe's. I mean, it's really thin. And I just hot glued it to death in a spot. And that's pretty much it. But anyway, this is my setup. And hopefully the weather clears up. I better get some flights in with it, get a good maiden going. I may take the wheels off of it just to keep it a little bit light, you know. We'll see. Look out for me, guys. Peace.